Shalom, and welcome to Messiah of Israel Ministries Hebraic Roots Teaching. I'm Messianic Rabbi Zev Porat. And today we're going to be having a look at Tehillim 122, Psalms 122, verse 6. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper that love thee. The conflict between the Arabs and the Jews is nothing new. It's been going on for thousands of years, and it's one of the devil's tools to prevent peace and unity among Jews and Arabs. Many people in the world seem to think that there is a political solution to the ongoing conflict, and they have tried to do what they can to bring a resolution, so the Jews and Arabs can live in peace. But we as believers in Yeshua and Jesus know that the only way for true peace is through Messiah Yeshua, the Prince of Peace. The coming of the Messiah is the ultimate solution to the conflict between Jews and Arabs throughout the world. The gospel is the greatest power of love and healing, which is why our mission is to make disciples among the Jews, Arabs, and all peoples of the nations. We're going to have a deeper look at the book of Psalms 122, verse 6, and see exactly what the Hebrew says. Once again, the English says, "Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper that love thee." In Hebrew, love thee is singular, and it cannot refer to a city, it must refer to somebody. In the Hebrew text, we understand that it's referring to the Lord himself. So here's what it actually says in the Hebrew text. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love me prosper. So we see that Yeshua HaMashiach, who is God, is equalizing himself to Jerusalem. It's not surprising. We see this in many places in the Bible. For example, in the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8, it says, "For whoever touches you touches the apple of his eye." Once again showing that God equals himself with Israel. If you touch Israel, you're touching God in the eye. And if we know anything about medical, we know that the eye is the most gentle part of the human body outward. And God says, if you touch Israel, you're touching me in the eye. You're touching my most gentle part. Once again, God is equalizing himself with Israel. Just like we read in the book of Psalms 122, verse 6. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper that love thee. And in the Hebrew text, what it's saying is, pray for the peace of Jerusalem if you love me. So God is equalizing himself with Jerusalem. Very powerful. So there cannot be a political solution to the problem. The solution to all the problems of peace in the world and everything else is Yeshua HaMashiach. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper that love me. So when you read it in English or in a different language, you seem to think that if you love Jerusalem, you'll prosper. But God is saying if you pray for Jerusalem, it means you love me, and then you'll prosper, and then you'll be secure. So the deep meaning of praying for the peace of Jerusalem is praying that the people will come to know that Yeshua, Jesus, is the Messiah. We see this also in the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6. "For unto us a child is born, for unto us is given, and the government will rest on his shoulders. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." We see here in Isaiah 9:6 the first and second coming. His first coming, for unto us a child is born, and the government will rest on his shoulders. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. We know that Yeshua is coming back as the Lion of the tribe of Judah, with fire in his eyes, to take back everything that the enemy has stolen, and then be called Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. This is what it's speaking about. Pray that they will come to know the Prince of Peace. The Jewish people, most of them have missed his first coming. God is saying pray for the peace of Jerusalem so they don't miss his second coming, so they don't miss the Prince of Peace when he comes back. And that's the deep meaning of pray for the peace of Jerusalem. If you love Yeshua, you will prosper, because the Hebrew says, if you love me, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper all that love me. He switches the words in Hebrew and he equalizes himself with Jerusalem. Keep on standing with us as the one new man, Ephesians 2:15, as we bring the gospel back to Jerusalem and go home. Messianic Rabbi Zev Porat, Shalom from Israel.